joined by FS1 NBA analyst Chris Broussard. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you.
Chris, last week you said your level of concern for the Cavs on a scale of 1 to 10 was a 3. I actually think you said it was like negative
5.
But then,
you just tried to go with the flow.
I meant 3.
You appeased us with a number, and it's 3.
Yeah.
Where is it now?
You know, I'm going to go where you went,
Okay.
which was 4.
I went to 4. Yeah.
And there's a part of me that wants to go higher, but I'll still say 4 because of obviously LeBron and they still have a lot of talent. This article in Cleveland.com about the players being discontent, I was talking to some people today kind of close to this situation. I'm told there's a few things going on. One, the players don't think help is coming because the Cavs are not going to give up that Brooklyn pick. And there are a lot of people saying now, look, the Nets are playing better than expected. Right now, that pick is tied for 7th. Give it up. Because if you gave it up, you might be able to get a Paul George if you package that pick with something. So is it worth it? But if George and LeBron end up leaving, you still could sign Isaiah and Kevin Love, and that's a pretty good team in the East.
And you're still going to be in the lottery.
With those two?
Yeah.
They make the playoffs, I think. I mean, but my point is, so players are feeling like there's no help coming. Because even if they make a trade without giving up Brooklyn's pick, it's not getting you to where the Warriors are. The second thing is kind of related to that is that I feel they don't think they can beat the Warriors. And that's what makes this different from years past when they had these terrible regular seasons and the drama. Last year, the Warriors had Durant. But you were coming off a championship, so you got to feel like you can win. You got a shot. The year before that, the Warriors won 73, but you hadn't played them with Kyrie and Kevin Love. So, you once you got to the playoffs, you got motivated. Okay, we can win it. My concern and why I moved them up to the 4 and kind of want to go a little higher is that when playoff time comes, will they be as motivated as they have in the past? Because I don't think they want to go to the finals and get beat again and maybe swept or beaten 5.
Yep.
Here's what they have to tell themselves. It is worse to lose to Kyrie Irving than it would be to lose to Golden State.
That's a fact.
Yeah, if you get swept in the finals, that still is not as bad. If you lose a 7-game series,
if you lose any game to Kyrie.
Well, that would be bad, but as long as you beat them, even if you beat let's say you meet Boston in the second round and you beat them and then lose to Toronto, which is unlikely, but lose to Toronto, that's still better than losing to Kyrie in the conference.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So that's what they have to tell themselves to make sure they have the motivation. And secondly, look, you never know what can happen. Look what happened in 2016. Suspension, there could be injuries. You could just stay hot for a series, whatever it might be. But they have to find some way to make themselves believe and be motivated come postseason.
I'm at a 5. I would be at a 10 if they didn't have LeBron. And that's the only thing. I should probably still be at an 8. Because here's the thing, Chris. If they were to lose to Boston, that's it. Boston's too young. You're never coming back. Because once they beat
LeBron's probably out of there, too.
Once they beat you, you're never beating them again with the roster the way it's constructed.
True.
So the way I look at it, Skip, you're going to get run over by a Mack truck or a dump truck. You don't know what LeBron's going to do. You're not beating the Warriors. The Warriors are winning in 1 if they play Golden State. Because they'll probably beat them by like 35, 40, and it's like, we're not playing any more games. And so we already know the outcome. So we're not going to play the final 3. It's the Warriors in 1. That's not a Skip. They got to give it up, Chris.
Give up the pick?
They got to give up the pick.
Can I say one thing real quick? In 2011, when they got Kyrie, the pick that got him at number 1 was slated to be the 8th pick.
Yes.
In 2014, they ruined it because they drafted Anthony Bennett.
Yeah.
But that pick that was number 1 was slated to be the 9th pick. So they've had great luck with their picks. So that's probably in their thinking.
With Brad Daugherty and LeBron James. So it's not like they've been Andrew Wiggins. So they hadn't been bad picking. But Skip, I believe if you could somehow trade Tristan and whomever else in that pick, and you can get DeAndre Jordan, and you can get Lou Williams.
Clippers, they want to keep Lou.
No, we got to get Lou.
So that's
You want the pick or you want what you want?
Well, I don't know if they'll give up Lou for it, but maybe. Look,
Well, then you don't want to pick.
They
then.
might.
You don't want to pick. Well, DeAndre's gonna walk.
Does DeAndre and Lou? Let's say that happens. Where does that get?
I feel
How
comfortable.
good?
I feel comfortable. We might can get 2 games off the Warriors. We gonna get the win.
So is it worth it?
Yeah.
To just win the East again. When you probably can win the East.
I don't know. I'm scared now with the way this because here's the thing though, Isaiah taking some bad shots, and now Kevin Love can't get a rhythm with Isaiah on the court because at the start of the game, LeBron would always go to Kevin Love at least 5 times.
Yeah.
Now who's shooting the ball? I had to get on.
You remember before? Look, and I love Isaiah. Taking nothing away from him. He's a great player. But before he went to Boston and was in Brad Stevens' great system, he was a good scorer off the bench, but he wasn't viewed as anything super special,
I don't love him. I especially don't love him on the defensive end. No. And it looked a little bit like old Westbrook and Durant last night when Isaiah took 21 shots and about half of them were bad shots, and LeBron only took 18 and was scoring at a high efficient level in the first half when he had 20 on 8 of 10 shots. And surely LeBron's got to be shaking his head saying, God, I got to live with that going forward. Is that going to save us going forward? I don't think so, because offense has not been the problem so far. Defense continues to just decelerate. It's like last night in the second half, it got to be a fast break layup drill for Golden State. I told Shannon earlier, I was embarrassed for the Cavaliers. And this whole thing, by the way, I'm going to ratchet up just one slot. I'm going to go from 4 to 5 on the concern scale, 1 to 10. I'm going to go to 5, and it's only a 5 because of LeBron James. Yep. In the first half last night, he was the best player on the planet. And I tweeted that at halftime. I also tweeted that Golden State did not look interested in playing in the first half. And Steve Kerr said after the game, I lit into them. We guarded nobody, and we had low intensity in the first half. And they came out in the third quarter and said, okay, that's enough. And in the fourth quarter, they said, that's enough. But it was still a game. With about 7:40 left, it was a 4-point game. And all of a sudden, Golden State goes on a 14-4 run without one basket from Kevin Durant, without one basket from Steph, and without one basket from Clay. Are you kidding me? Nick Young's terrorizing you in the King's house? It's ridiculous. They play no defense, and LeBron either ran out of gas or sort of lost a little heart in the second half. It's like he's looking around like, this is absurd. I got no shot here.
Yeah, and see, I thought you're right. In the first half, he looked more engaged defensively.
Oh, yes. He was.
Than he maybe has all season.
Yep, I would agree.
To your point.
They were up 7 at halftime, and Clay was hot. The other guys weren't engaged, but still, when Golden State got serious, then they were just clowning him in the end. Steph's cupping the ball behind his back, looking at people in the eye.
But you
like
know
just
what?
Playing with them.
That's what happens when you have old legs.
Well,
they can
well,
play,
it does.
You can play defense for a half. You can play for 3 quarters. But then that fourth quarter, as you get older, you just can't dominate for these long stretches of time, and they have such a lapse in judgment, and you see all this, get what you see.
Yep. Yeah. No, I agree. So this all reminds me of what Tex Schramm, the original architect of the Dallas Cowboys, once said about the East Coast media, the Northeast Corridor media, New York, Washington, Philadelphia. He said, they want to see us, the Dallas Cowboys, lose, but they don't want us to go away. And I don't want LeBron's team to go away because I enjoy the Cavaliers. I enjoy watching LeBron James play basketball. It's high drama every night. They're at risk of going away right now because this is a trend. This is not a blip.
He ain't going away.
Well, I'm just saying his team.
Jordan didn't go away when he's with the Wizards.
What did you do earlier this show? You pulled out a Kleenex and you waved you waved a white flag. He waved it.
I said, don't hit.
Because you're seeing the handwriting on the locker room wall.
I want to stand in 8 count.
It's not pretty.
I want to stand in 8 count.
Right?
Don't hit me no more just yet.
I got you.
And these numbers of panic, 4, 5, 5, we're talking about winning the East, right?
Yeah.
We're not even talking about, we know they're not beating Golden State. No. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about just winning the East.
That is correct. And Boston remains the #1 team in defensive efficiency and in defensive win shares. They now have 5 players in the top 10, including the top 2. Kyrie's in the top 10. the guy who didn't play any defense in Cleveland. They're legit on defense, and they have the second best record, and we're more than halfway. They have the second best record to Golden State. So they're legit. Can they score with Cleveland? No, they don't have a LeBron. Will Gordon Hayward come back by the end of the year? He might. Would it give him a legit score? Not a great, but he did make the All-Star team.
Yeah.
So they're a threat. They're a legitimate threat.
35 makes them
and
unbeatable.
again, the only thing I'm hanging on to is he does, but your team did win earlier this year, 18 of 19 games. So something was going okay in that stretch, right?
It'll be interesting. Look, and I will say this in fairness to Isaiah, we do need to give it a little bit longer. Yeah. You know, I mean, and we talked about this. I predicted that they would go into a tough stretch and people would panic, you know, because working him in is not going to be easy. But the interesting thing is, let's say a month from now, this has not gotten any better. Ty Lue will have to make some tough decisions. Yeah. When they were playing well, they had Calderon. Now, he's not great, but maybe just it's a better fit. I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying, yeah.
It might be.
And can Ty Lue make that decision? What would Isaiah do? He wants a contract. He's already speaking out. We're not practicing enough.
And by Ty Lue, of course, you mean LeBron James.
Yeah.
Joy, stop. Just be happy with your little record. You're in fourth place right now. But you're going to get what's coming to you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Yep. Creeping on up.
You excited about fourth?
Y'all ain't got Deion Waiters. Y'all ain't got the big shot.
You guys you're excited about second place?
Y'all play by committee. That's impressive.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.